Some companies get roasted in reviews, some do the roasting. You can probably tell something's brewing here. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us is a roaster who's online from Fresh Roasted Coffee, Brand Communications Manager Kate Harner. Hi, Kate.
Hi, it's good to be here.
Well, I'm glad you put up with the attempt at humor to start with here. So let's start with a bit of background about the company. It's about 17 years old, I understand.
Andrew Oakes, our owner, established the company in 2009. He was actually delivering water to local businesses. And at the time, he wasn't much of a coffee drinker. But his wife was a nurse, and he, obviously being very busy himself, and they had a newborn son who wasn't sleeping well. So Andrew kind of found his love for coffee in that desperate need for the caffeine to keep him going. Ultimately, he ended up buying a roaster, roasting in his garage, and then selling the coffee alongside the water that he was delivering. He scaled that pretty quickly, growing out of obviously, he grew out of his garage, grew out of a second location. And then in 2022, we actually purchased the facility that we're in now, which is an 84,000 square foot facility. We no longer just roast coffee. We manufacture K-cups, espresso capsules. We are into compostable technology. And we have built a coffee roasting business on this premise of sustainability and affordability. So that's kind of the short version of the big, long story that is fresh roasted coffee.
That's a great story, and it all is in like central Pennsylvania or
We're in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, which is Andy's hometown. So he's brought this big, beautiful business to what has been more of a rural area and more of a depressed economy. So it's been nice to be able to offer employment and great coffee to his hometown.
so there are lots of coffee roasters out there, big and small. So tell us what the distinction is here with what you've been able to create.
So I think the thing that really sets us apart from some of the other coffee roasters, beyond just the sheer volume that we move at this point, is our focus on sustainability. So coffee roasting notoriously has really disastrous effects on the environment, in CO2 emissions and the like. So from the very beginning, Andrew wanted to be different. He wanted to set the company apart. So we invested in clean roasting technology. So we use Loring Smart Roasters. They have a closed loop system, so they don't emit the same levels of CO2 into the atmosphere. And it also allows us to recycle our heat, which obviously saves us on energy costs as well. And then in late 2024, we unveiled our biggest project, which was a solar array on the roof of our new facility. And it's 1,300 solar panels. The array is designed to meet the needs of the facility. So not only are we using clean roasting technology, but we're coupling that with the renewable energy. I don't know another roaster our size doing that in the US. So I think beyond just being sustainable, we're really setting a new industry standard, as far as roasting coffee and then also maintaining that accessibility to our customers.
What are some of the best sellers in your line today?
Well, roasted coffee is always going, to take the cake. Everybody wants the beans or the ground coffee. That's kind of our bread and butter. Our Black Knight, our organic Black Knight artisan blend is probably our top seller. We do have 4 mold and mycotoxin tested single origins that also are very hot sellers, and very in line with what consumers are looking for at the moment. We also manufacture classic pods, or K cups, as many people would know them by. Those are a huge seller for us, especially on Amazon. Single serve convenience is a driving force right now. So I would say, yeah, roasted coffee, K cups, and that Black Knight blend is everybody's favorite.
actually have a cup of it right here. I could.
How do you like it?
I'm certainly enjoying it. Very
That's
good.
good.
And but you've got a real variety there, and that's one of the things that struck me. And the internet, what you're doing online, really is enabling the business to flourish. I guess that's a fair way to put it, right?
Yeah, so we have always been mostly e-commerce. I mean, that's how we started. That's where we stand mostly today. We are on other third-party e-commerce sites like Amazon, Target, and Walmart. But our site is a driving force and always has been. When we had purchased our third location, that was a 25,000 square foot warehouse here in the same town, right at the beginning of COVID. And, while many businesses did suffer from COVID, for e-commerce businesses, it was huge. And for a business like ours that was offering high quality coffee at reasonable pricing, we saw huge growth during COVID, thanks to being mostly an e-commerce location. Um, so that really helped us scale, believe it or not. So we were kind of on the opposite side of that, where COVID actually benefited us greatly because people were at home, wanted good coffee, and needed a place to order it from. We're finding that it's actually more difficult now. We're trying to kind of break through that retail barrier. And we've been working really hard on that. We have a really robust wholesale program as well as private label and co-packing. And I think that it seems to be a little bit more difficult for us now to break through that retail barrier than it ever was for us to grow on e-commerce.
Interesting. And you do cater to a really big range of coffee customers because there are all kinds, right? You've got the coffee snobs out there, and you've got the K-cup folks who just want to pop it in and get
Yeah,
going. Um, Even home roasters,
yeah,
from what I see, that you can even have equipment for them and beans.
yeah. Yeah, so we offer unroasted beans, obviously. Then we offer the roasted beans. We offer several different formats. We actually have kind of a company saying slogan, and that is coffee for everybody. So no matter what your preferences are, whether you are a coffee snob or a coffee connoisseur, or you're just like that daily drinker, you need your cup before you get moving in the morning. We've got something for you. No matter what it is, we can handle it.
And you've actually expanded beyond coffee now. Tell me about the range of other products you've got.
So we also own two sister companies. It's Positively Tea and Positively Botanicals. They are 100% organic tea and botanical companies. Um, it seems like coffee and tea just kind of goes hand in hand, and so it seemed a natural step for us to get into that. And it's a very similar business. We're always looking at the quality of the crops, creating those really good relationships with the producers and the people at origin that we're working with to get this stuff in. Um, and they're very high quality. And we've taken some of the things that we've learned from coffee, and we've carried that over into tea. So not only do we offer loose leaf tea bags or loose leaf and tea bags, but we also offer K-cup compatible teapots, which is kind of a lesser known product, but basically the same convenience you can get out of a coffee pod, you can do the same with our teapots, which is great.
And I suppose a lot of the business has evolved into subscriptions because people can save a little money.
Sure. We offer a subscribe and save program. It's our auto deliver program. The first order you get 30% off, and then every reoccurring order you get 15% off. All of our coffee, tea, and botanicals are subscribable. So you can definitely save a little bit of extra money doing it that way. And I don't know anybody who drinks coffee who runs out and is like, oh, we can wait 2 weeks to get our coffee. So this is a nice way to ensure that you never run out again. As a big coffee drinker, it's the worst thing in the world to wake up one morning and realize I'm out of beans. Yeah, the auto deliver program is a lifesaver for people like me. We also offer Roaster's Choice, which is a more exclusive subscription. We hand select those coffees, and those coffees come from really small, high quality micro lots. So these are coffees that most people probably wouldn't get the chance to try otherwise. And we select the coffees. We tell our subscribers each month what they're going to receive. And so that's kind of, if you're a true coffee connoisseur and you want to try something a little bit different, Roaster's Choice is a good option for you.
Sounds interesting. So let's tell everyone where they can go to get more info.
Oh, you got to go to www.freshroastedcoffee.com. So very easy. I mean, that's all we really want, right? Is fresh roasted coffee. And everything's right there on the homepage. You can sign up for marketing, sign up for auto deliver, review all of the coffees and teas and botanicals that we offer, and hopefully find your new favorite.
Terrific. Well, congratulations to you and the team there. Kate Harner, thanks for spending time with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. This has been a lot of fun.
The Haven 10,000 lantern is a smartly designed, beautiful solar light that you will love indoors or out. It is waterproof with up to 1,200 lumens of brightness. That's a lot of light. And the base becomes a flashlight at the push of a button. The power comes from a built-in lithium-ion battery recharged by the sun. The solar panel is built in, or USB-C. The battery can even recharge your phone. Did we mention how durable it is? How it folds down and can run for up to 120 hours on a charge? But the real power of the Haven Lantern comes from the people behind it and their mission to provide this quality lighting to those in the world who need it most, including in disaster emergencies. Your purchase helps to fund those efforts, and if you use the code Techstination20, you'll get it at a 20% discount. That's Techstination20 at havenlantern.com. Create your haven.